Hello everyone, thank you for joining us at this news hour on Equinoxe television. We're broadcasting from Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. I am Bafia Jonathan. In our top stories at this news hour, the administration's fight against oppression goes down in the Meme division in the crisis-stricken southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon, provokes friction, tension, and an unfriendly relationship between the administration and business persons, particularly in the town of Kumba, where the senior division officer of the Meme division has sealed some shops on grounds that the owners of the shops respected. Operation Ghost Town imposed by pro-independence fighters within the context of the close to 6-year-long armed conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. About 100 persons rendered homeless in the Lokbeso neighborhood here in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. Their houses, over 50 of them, were destroyed in a forceful eviction exercise. And in news out of the Republic of Cameroon, Britain's Queen Elizabeth II is under medical supervision over concerns for her health. This information was made public by the Buckingham Palace earlier today. Insecurity growing in Bafia in the central region of the Republic of Cameroon. Persons attacked both in the night and in the day, wounded, deprived of their belongings. The last attack of suspected bandits took place in a hospital in that part of the country, and some staff and a security officer were wounded in that incident, as Innocent reports. Innocent with the details of the attack in a medical facility in Bafia in the central region of the Republic of Cameroon. An attack by unidentified suspected bandits who wounded a medical staff and a security officer, and also made away with some belongings of the hospital. Innocent.
A nurse and a security guard of the Catholic Integrated Health Center Gondon in Bafia, Baman Inobo division of the Central region, battling for their lives at the emergency unit of the Bafia District Hospital. They were stabbed several times at about 4 a.m. Wednesday while on duty. According to this health official at the Catholic Hospital Gondon, 2 criminals smuggled themselves into the hospital. One armed with a dagger aggressed a nurse on duty. In an attempt to resist, they stabbed him on the abdomen, arm and leg. He screamed, calling on the security guards to help. A call that saved his life, but also put that of Sule, the security guard, on a risk scale. Sule, the security guard, stabbed in the chest and other parts several times. One of the hospital staff alerted the police, who arrived and opened investigation. They urgently transported the bleeding nurse and security guard to the Bafia District Hospital. A doctor at the Bafia District Hospital assures that the victims are out of danger. Locals in Gondon, Bafia, say they are tired of the high rates of insecurity in their neighborhood. We are having sleepless nights because of these criminals. We need security. It is unfortunate majority of these thieves are youths, energetic youths who cannot work but prefer to steal and cause atrocities around. It is a shame. Something needs to be done. As concerns the hospital attack, investigations are still ongoing to identify and arrest the attackers.
The administration of the Meme division in the southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon continues with its fight against Operation Ghost Town, imposed by pro-independence fighters across Anglophone Cameroon in the northwest and southwest regions of the country within the context of the close to 6-year-long armed conflict going on there. and now some business persons respecting the Operation Ghost Town, particularly on Mondays, are being punished by the administration, and this is provoking an unfriendly climate or relationship between the business persons and the administrative authorities, particularly in the town of Kumba. Recently, the senior division officer of the Meme Division, Tundong Chamberlain, sealed some shops on grounds that the owners of the shops respected Operation Ghost Town. Details in this report by Smart Jikan Gabriel.
It's a normal working day in Kumba, chief town of Meme Division, Southwest region. Unfortunately, some business operators can't get into their stores, which were sealed by the senior divisional officer of Meme Division, Ntungdong Chamberlain.
Because I was fully aware that they want to observe 1 week of lockdown here in Meme Division in general and Kumba in particular. They should know it very well. Those who are implementing instruction coming from terrorists are decided to go there myself, not only to sensitize them, but also to seal those who are supporting terrorists living in the bushes. You cannot understand that people are there hiding in the bushes, calling themselves colonel, general. You don't know them, but everybody is there to implement what they are saying.
According to the supervisory authority of Meme Division, for the stores to be reopened, the said traders are expected to go through a condition.
Conditions is, let me say, is easily done. They are supposed to pass to see the city mayor, to pay penalties there. They come and present the receipt, yes, the official receipt to the SGO for them now for him to authorize the reopening of their premises. Because if not, let us move forward, because enough is enough.
It is for this reason that the city mayor of Kumba was at the Kumba main market to sensitize some business operators on the importance for them to go about their routine activities without fear.
Can't punish anybody.
I came to the market not to fight or punish anyone, but to sensitize them. The separatists know we have to eat and send our kids to school, so we can't continue closing our business places all through because we want to respect Ghost Town. What are we going to eat? I came to sensitize them and to tell them that we have to open our shops.
We must go out there, the Okada riders, the buy and sell, we must come out or do our civic, not only responsibility, but our civic obligation.
The stores were sealed on Tuesday by the senior divisional officer of Meme Division because the traders decided to respect a 1-week ghost town called by separatist fighters. At the time of this report, some business operators had opened their stores while others were still contemplating.
Added to insecurity is the problem of inadequate potable water supply in the town of Kumba. The people have gone for several days without potable water supply. Smart Chicken gave a report that they are calling on the local and even administrative authorities to take quick action to remedy the situation. This report.
It's now a normal thing to find many people queuing up to get the precious liquid water in Kumba. The inhabitants have been going through this ordeal since Sunday after the heavy downpour that was observed in Kumba, which led to the destruction of pipes channeling water to the main source supplying Kumba town. The lack of water has made many inhabitants of Kumba to spend extra cash out of their pockets.
For the number of days we've been without water, I've spent almost 5,000 francs buying Supermont. And today I could not go back to the shop to buy because when I went there, they said the price has increased from 1,300 that I bought to 2,500.
People are now forced to move from one neighborhood to another in search of the precious liquid. The senior administrative authority of Meme Division, Ntundong Shambalen say they have been in contact with officials of the company in charge of treating and distributing water since the incident occurred to ensure that things come back to normalcy.
Immediately, I seized the general manager of Water, who 2 days ago sent the regional director to come and see what happened. He worked till yesterday, and I am very, very, very sure that the day ahead, according to what he said, the materials are going to be here in Kumba for the resolution of that incident.
While hoping to have water flow in the taps once again in Kumba, the city mayor, Grigory Ntemoyok Mewanu, says the people should get water from the right source.
The population to continue in that same wonderful spirit that they have been doing, staying calm and looking for other alternative means to get to water, most especially drinkable water, which of course will not be detrimental to their health. We are not letting any stone unturned in making sure that we solve the water issue.
The hope of all inhabitants is for the problem to be addressed as soon as possible.
May they try find ways to solve the problem so that we'll figure water.
Land disputes and forceful eviction provoking social tension and untold suffering for several inhabitants of Cameroon's economic capital Douala in the municipality of Douala 5, Lokbesu neighborhood in particular. About 100 persons have been rendered homeless. Their houses, about 50 of them, were destroyed in a forceful eviction exercise provoked by a land dispute between the people and an individual. Details with Anabina.
Carrier. Occupants of more than 50 houses here are now stranded. Their houses have been demolished by an individual who the locals say claims to have bought over an extended area of land where several houses had already been erected.
Un individu a décidé de débarquer chez nous un matin aux yeux de toute la population pour venir déguerpir les maisons.
An individual embarked here one morning and began destroying our houses. He claimed he had negotiated with us to buy our land. He said his notary would talk with us. Suddenly, as schools resumed, he came with forces of law and order to destroy our houses. We don't know where to go.
Il est en train de tout détruire. On ne sait pas où nous allons aller désormais.
What's still is back to school. Amongst those left homeless are students and pupils who went to school in the morning and came back to an empty space, shattered buildings and debris.
Tout est détruit, les enfants sont rentrés de l'école, ils ne trouvent plus leur maison. La rentrée scolaire, on ne sait pas où est-ce qu'on va aller avec les enfants, avec tous ces petits enfants qu'on a dans la maison là.
Our hidden cameras could pick images of armed anti-riot police officers present to prevent the affected population from retaliating. The inhabitants of Lokbesu Carrier explain that they are in possession of documents which give them legal rights to occupation. So, they are still in awe while their houses are destroyed. They added that they are victims because they couldn't comply with the wishes of the supposed landowner. Negotiations were going on. Those who could give 500,000 or 1 million, their houses would not be demolished.
Soit dit 500 000, 1 million, lui donne et qui décide de ne pas casser les maisons.
The stranded population of Lokbesu Carrier wish justice follow its course.
The National Brigade in charge of controlling the commercialization of petroleum products in the Republic of Cameroon is stepping up the fight against illegal sale of petrol or fuel across the town or the country. In the town of Douala and some parts of the Mongo division, the brigade has been seizing a significant consignment of illegally imported petroleum products and destroying them. And we have details in this report compiled by Esie Lucilingo.
Despite the moves, efforts and initiatives employed by the government in the fight against the importation and sales of contraband goods in Cameroon, the activity keeps gaining grounds. To this effect, members of the National Brigade in charge of controlling petroleum products have been seen on streets, neighborhoods, houses around the city of Douala, Bonaberi, Suza, destroying the kiosks and seizing storage containers of these illegally imported goods from Nigeria.
This operation is concerning the fight against petroleum traffic. So people that are into traffics of petroleum products, and the Minister of Water and Energy instructed us to be on the field at all time to fight against all this that is taking a large place into our cities, and that is why we are on the field today to stop all those that are into this activity.
This product, according to experts, is dangerous to the population's health and the environment.
Non pas encore compris que des hydrocarbures, notamment.
Sellers of this hydrocarbon product, mostly fuel, haven't understood that it is extremely dangerous for the environment. So if such products are found in a house, we all know the consequences. They are products that when in contact with heat can lead to fire outbreak, most of the time which is difficult to quench and has enormous material damages. That is the more reason why we are here in the field to sensitize the population, to educate them on the fact that these are not products which are supposed to be managed without any expertise.
Ce ne sont pas des produits qu'ils doivent manipuler sans avoir une certaine expertise.
The Minister of Water and Energy Resources authorized the sales of fuel only in filling stations. Thus, the population is called upon to respect the measures in the fight against illicit fuel in Cameroon.
Anti-COVID-19 measures taken by the Republic of Cameroon and those imposed by the World Health Organization are still in force in the Republic of Cameroon. This is the reminder from the Ministry of Public Health at the beginning of the 2022-2023 academic year. The Minister of Public Health says that these measures have to be scrupulously respected, especially in schools. Details in this report compiled by Mala Glory.
It has been observed recently that barrier measures against coronavirus are rarely respected by learners. In most public schools in Yaoundé, students are left on their own. When I got here, I was surprised that not everyone was putting on face masks, unlike my former school. As a result, everyone is obliged to follow the rules of hygiene and sanitation.
Nous avons demandé au programme élargi de vaccination.
We asked that vaccination campaign should speed up with every activity, especially within the given period. And a program was scheduled for the school year on what to do and what not to do. Each group has been assigned in that aspect.
De travailler avec les sectoriels dans ce sens-là.
The Minister of Public Health, Manauda Malashi, had earlier on emphasized on the mobilization of everyone to respect barrier measures in order to limit the spread of COVID-19. At the school entrance, the security man takes the temperature of every child and they are asked to put on face mask. Inside the school compound, there's a bucket of water for hand washing. A recommendation which fell on deaf ears. Just like in other schools, students have neglected the wearing of face masks and the washing of hands, a situation which puts them at risk of contamination.
Now in news out of the Republic of Cameroon, British Queen Elizabeth II is under medical supervision over concerns for her health. The Buckingham Palace made this information public earlier today, saying in a statement, I quote, following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. This is what the statement from the palace said earlier today, indicating that the Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. And local media reported that the Queen's 4 children, Prince Charles and his wife Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, and of course the Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward traveled to the Balmoral estate in Scotland. and this is because of the concerns about the health of the Queen, and the Queen's family are gathering around her, making their way from across the country to be with her at Balmoral. It is a reminder that these are sons, daughters, grandchildren, and in-laws, as well as public figures. Prince William arrived a little while earlier today with his uncles and of course the other personalities, and the Prince Harry is said to be on his way, and he should have arrived by now. In modern times, Balmoral Castle, built in the 19 or 1850s for Queen Victoria, has been a constant reminder or a constant symbol of the royal family, or the royal symbol in Britain. And of course tonight, thoughts and prayers with the Queen of Britain, and all are praying that she should be well. And of course we shall have greater details on this with a news contributor of the ABC.
Well, yeah, I'm concerned too. Obviously, the language in that statement that Maggie was reading is worrying, because the doctors don't normally get involved in terms of how the level of the medical treatment. But saying that they are concerned is worrying, because normally the palace would say that the Queen was simply resting, or she was cancelling engagements on those lines. The fact I'm hearing that members of the royal family, such as the Prince of Wales, who was at Dumfries House, also in Scotland yesterday, has travelled up to Balmoral now to be with his mother. Other members of the family are with the Queen at Balmoral. They would be anyway. It is their annual holiday, so a lot of them are there anyway. Wait to see really if Prince William makes the journey north of the border, and I think that will be quite telling. It's worrying times, but as you say, she's in the best possible care with the doctors around her. They will be making sure that she's comfortable and monitored, and there's enough of the technology and things that they require at Balmoral for that to happen. So I'm sure everybody is wishing the Queen well, but obviously we have to be prepared. Well, the palace have always been talking about her mobility issues, and she certainly suffered with mobility issues for some time.